Hi, I'm Jessa. So I'm going to do some frequently asked questions about the Haakaa manual breast pump today. So I have the 4-ounce model. I like it. So let's just jump into the questions. So the first question is, does it hurt to use it? So I have occasionally gotten it way too much suction and it's hurt to use it. I think one of the things that you can do is when you suction it to yourself, you can keep your hand on it and you can kind of control the suction level by using your hand to create counter pressure. When you let go, it's just going to do all the suction at once, but you can kind of control that with your hand. It means that the pump is not really hands-free, but it can help control that suction level. The other thing that happens to me is that I have a really strong letdown sensation. So some people do, some people don't. Some people don't even feel it, but I feel it, and it feels like pins and needles when you bump your elbow, or when your foot falls asleep and then the circulation's coming back and it kind of hurts, that pins and needles feeling. That's what it feels like when I have the letdown. And then I feel like in the breasts. And then sometimes when I'm wearing a pump or the Haakaa, it actually feels almost like a pinching sensation, like that pins and needles, and then it's like pinchy. It's like, ow. Usually that pinching sensation only lasts for a couple seconds, maybe 15 seconds. That's not a couple, that's 15. But that's my answer to whether it hurts or not. There is sometimes some discomfort, but I think that that's more related to the actual letdown sensation and then also controlling that, that suction amount. Next question. Do you need to replace your Haakaa periodically? My baby's 7 months old. I've used the Haakaa once a day, maybe twice a day for pretty much that whole time. I started when he was like 2 weeks old, and I have not replaced it yet, and I'm still getting good milk removal. So my answer is that I haven't replaced it yet, and it's been no problem. Does the Haakaa work if you don't naturally leak? So are you not seeing milk, leaking out while you're nursing? Can you still use the Haakaa, and does it work? For me, the answer is yes. So in the first 2 or 3 months of my baby's life, I did have quite a lot of leaking. After about 3 months, everything kind of tightened up and I don't get that leaking anymore, but I still get good removal with the Haakaa when I use it while nursing. Next question. What is the best way to store the breast milk that you get? Do you store it in the Haakaa or do you put it in a different container? So my answer to that is I actually like to put it in different containers. So I have 2 different sizes. I have a 4-ounce size and a 2-ounce size. Those are the ones I use. And I like to put the milk in there because then I can put it into several containers. I'm not mixing warm milk to cold milk, not recommended by the CDC. So you don't want to mix temperatures. So that gives me smaller bottles. They take up less space in my fridge. And then depending on how much I get, I can use either the 4 or the 2-ounce and then combine them once everything is the same temperature. And then that kind of leads us to our last question, which is if you're collecting milk using the Haakaa or some other pump, what is the best bag for freezers? So fair warning, I actually haven't tried a whole bunch of different bags. I use Dr. Brown's. So the reason I use these is because for my first child, I participated in the Mother's Milk Bank program. So I was donating milk to the Mother's Milk Bank. And this is the product they use. They use Dr. Brown's bags. They sent them to me. And my feeling is if they're using them, then they're good. And the other thing about you can see on the edges of this, it's really thick, right? It's not a thin seam. It's a really thick layer of seal right there. They come pre-sterilized. They say they hold 6 ounces, but I didn't know that at first. So I was putting 8 ounces in. I've never had a leak. I put 8 ounces in there. I froze it. I defrosted it. There was never any problem. And the thing about the Mother's Milk Bank is, I freeze it. I take it to the collection location. They took it. They put it in their freezer. Then they ship it up to, the main facility. Then they, it's a lot of handling. And these hold up for that. So I use the Dr. Brown's. I think they are the best. I know I haven't tried all the different products out there, but they are really great and they work really well for me. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe for more information on breastfeeding, breast pumping, and building your freezer stash.